All right, on Liquid Lunch, we bring all people to the table. I sit at my literally dining room table since we've been in the Corona Bunker Studios. What's the matter, Nico? What's wrong? My producer Nico is cracking up laughing. Why hysterical? I'm saying this is. I want people to pull up a seat at the table, and we talk about everything. We have on gay people, we have transgender people, we have prostitutes, we have lobbyists for sex workers.
We're not about the prostitutes.
I'm saying, but we have Democrats, Republicans. You know, we let all voices be heard. It's a weird thing for television, what we do, but you know, Biz TV, they like it, and I think it's good to have that perspective. And we always have young people on because the young people are the future of America. Okay, and I say this all the time. I've been a little league coach, a high school football coach. If we don't develop the young people and get them to reject the ways of academia on the college campuses of America, we're doomed. It may not be now, but it'll be soon. The more young people don't pick up on it, and many of them are, including my next two guests. Gen Z conservatives Quill Robinson and Danielle Butcher join me right now. How are you, my friends? Thank you for joining us. I really appreciate it.
Good, John. Thanks so much for having us.
So I want to ask you guys first, just so my audience understands, I was positing this to my producers earlier. One is 19, one is 27. What is the Mason-Dixon line of Gen Zs and millennials? What's the nationally recognized age?
I think that's pretty hotly contested. What I've heard is the 95-96 split, but I think it's up for debate.
This one's personal to me because I'm a 95 kid, and so I think the term would be generation ambiguous, but I'm in a weird place right there.
All right. Well, don't go all ambiguous on me, okay? We don't need another identifiable group on the show today. We're trying to talk to the young people, but what are the Gen Z folks feeling right now? I was hearing a lot of Gen Zs. I have young people on all the time. Many of them are pro-life. Many of them are becoming a lot more conservative. Many of them are rejecting the stuff that's being fed to them on the college campuses. What's the outlook the morning after a really big election?
Yeah, I mean, I would say that it's mixed. I mean, I've been doing a number of shows and talking about, the biggest thing that folks in the media and the folks on the left miss is that young people are not a monolith politically, and you know this. I mean, we're not all progressives, obviously. I think people shift in that direction, and the issues that really get Gen Z and younger millennials excited and engaged in politics, like climate change, like racial justice, like college affordability, are shared across the spectrum. But I think our approaches are a bit different on that. So you can't paint us with a broad brush.
Yeah, and I think that this election, specifically, young people really believe in their own power, and it's motivated them to go out to the polls. We're seeing record-breaking numbers of young voters this cycle, and I think it's because they care so passionately about those issues like racial justice or climate change, but they're sick of just rhetoric on those issues. They want real solutions.
Got it. All right. Just to take a quick reset here, you're watching Liquid Lunch on Biz TV. Breaking news just in. Trump campaign to ask for a recount in Wisconsin. They want to know where these 140,000 votes miraculously popped up. Danielle, let me come back to you and ask you this. What is it that you think got Gen Zs excited in this election cycle?
I think that Gen Z is really passionate about issues that concern justice or equality, and they want to have a voice. They want to play a part in our political process. And I think this was the first election where they really felt that they could, and that they could make a difference, not only at the top of the ticket, but also in those smaller, more local districts and on the congressional level.
And your observation on that, Quill, from the man side of things, or what do you think young men are looking at when they're excited in this race?
I would echo what Danielle said. I think it's a lot of those sorts of issues. I think economic issues are also on the guy's side of things, probably something that's a little bit more prevalent, thinking about what the job market looks like. Also thinking about what it means to be a person who's either entering college right now or particularly exiting college right now. It's quite a time to enter the workforce. I got to say that.
Well, let me ask you this. The Democrats kind of point to us Republicans and conservatives and say they're evil, they want to pollute our water, they want to pollute our air, they don't care about our environment, they don't care about our planet. That's not really true. That's the narrative they want to feed everyone. But young people know there's so much technological innovation out there right now that they'd like to see the Republicans have a little more of a green approach to the future, but adopt some innovation and technology ways to attack it. Is that right?
Absolutely. I mean, the thing that I always go back to is, our generation, we hate capitalism, but we love iPhones, right? We are in the gig economy. We love technological solutions to our problems. And so I think that, capitalism and free markets have gotten a bad name because of a lot of the narratives that are being told on campus and by professors. But the fact is we're a very technologically literate generation. And we also embrace a lot of these innovations in our lives. And on that, clean air, clean water, environmentalism point, young people care a ton about the environment. And so you want to talk about an existential crisis, the fact that the Republican Party is perceived as the party that is against the environment, that is an existential crisis. And so part of what we're doing here is saying, wait, hold on. How have we solved environmental challenges in the past? If you look at the history of the Republican Party, Teddy Roosevelt, Richard Nixon, Ronald Reagan, incredible conservation leaders. Then you look at the challenges that we're facing today, it's actually those conservative solutions, those innovative solutions that are going to be the best tools to address these issues. And so, we as Republicans need to get right on these issues, and that's how we're going to win over younger generations.
Well, look, I have another friend of mine, Pavlina Osta. She's the host of the If God Had a podcast, and she talks to millennials and Gen Zs. And she's been telling me for like a year now that she's hearing a lot more people that are like, they're involved with like these Robinhood apps, and they're trading stocks, and they're understanding technology and capitalism. And there's a lot more pro-life out there, and a lot more people that want, public safety, like cops on the streets. Do you think you guys can be at the forefront of a movement, regardless of the presidential election, to continue growing that young base for the Republican conservative parties?
I absolutely think so. Like Quill was saying earlier, young people really love that innovation, that tech that's happening. And I think overarchingly, they want a positive message that they can hold on to. And that positive message is something that conservatives can definitely provide on environmental issues. I think the mainstream narrative for the past couple of decades has been very doom and gloom, very negative, very, based on hard deadlines and hard mandates. And conservatives can offer an alternative to that. And I think people want an alternative to that.
It's really great. I'm an old man, but it's really great. I wish I got involved. I didn't get involved in politics till I was probably in my late 20s, early 30s, really involved. It's really great to see, young folk like you getting in, taking a stand. I got two daughters in college right now. My daughter Victoria is 21. My daughter Ava is 18. And they both tell me, they go to really good colleges, but both tell me, Daddy, I can't even hint to people on my campus that I like Trump. And I don't even want them to know you're my father, because if they see you on TV, kids actually are getting anxiety from the possibility of other kids finding out that their parents or them like Trump.
Yeah, it's a huge problem, and I think it's something that's getting a lot more coverage right now. Luckily, I'm really glad to see that. But what we're finding, kind of our issue is climate change and the environment. What we find with our activists is when they're able to enter those conversations, climate change comes up a lot on college campuses as a topic of conversation. They can say, yeah, I'm a Republican, I'm a conservative. And that's why I believe climate change, that's why I know that climate change is an issue that we need to address. And I actually have a better set of solutions to do it. That totally flips the script. I mean, that's the kind of thing that we need to be equipping young people with, is how to enter those conversations with real solutions, with conservative solutions. And that's a really empowering thing to do. And that's what we're focused on at ACC.
That's pretty amazing. Danielle, my final question for you. I went to the Republican National Convention in 2016, and I bought my daughters these Chicks for Trump t-shirts, cute little girls t-shirts. No, I mean, my daughters like Trump. They know they like what I like. And my one daughter told me she wore it on the campus, and she really felt like threatened by a few people. As a woman, do you feel like you get intimidated by the left for just showing you like Trump?
I think it can definitely be intimidating putting your views out there, especially when there are views that are not very popular. And we found that the left sometimes likes to put women in boxes. So of course there's that intimidation factor, but I think by and large, conservative women are very strong people, and they're not going to back down just because they face opposition.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I'm not saying you would be intimidated individually, or my daughter is intimidated, but it's an anxiety issue when you don't have the freedom to choose what shirt to put on because people might, attack you. It's pretty crazy, but I give you guys credit. I thank you so much for joining us. I want you to keep up the good work. And if there's anything you guys are working on, promoting, you need help getting the word out there, you just call us and I'll have you on the next day. I got you covered. Thank you very much.
Thank you, John.
All right, good
Appreciate
having you.
it. Have a good one.
Gen Z conservatives, Quill Robinson and Danielle Butcher. There's only one segment left, but I am going to potentially do some bonus coverage. If you'll do one thing for me, I'm going to try to keep it going and keep breaking down all the things you need to know right after this.